Pag-iisipan ko na muna. Ilang beses na nga ba nating narinig yan sa mga clients natin? Yung tipong pagkatapos mong i-present lahat ng mga magagandang products or services natin na makakatulong sa kanila, at the end of the conversation, sasabihin lang ulit, pwede ko bang pag-isipan na muna? Right? And then, what happens?
2,000 years later.
2,000 years later, hindi na muli kayong nag-usap. So, I've decided na ito yung pag-uusapan natin for today's episode. Alright, so welcome back and Happy New Year to everyone. If naligaw ka sa channel natin or sa productions natin, my name is Direk Glenn and my purpose is tumulong sa mga sales professionals kagaya nyo to become much more strategic in connecting with their clients. Alright, so sabi nga, I'll think about it. I will think about it. Kadalasan, naririnig natin to sa mga clients natin. Right? So, tignan natin, ano nga bang objective ng episode? It's more of to know the real reason kung bakit nila sinasabi yon na mapag-iisipan muna. Is it really valid or not? Or just a smoke screen? And then, not only that, it's how to lead your clients into a meaningful conversation. Alright? So, ang tanong, paano nyo na nga ba hina-handle yung ganitong scenario? Like earlier, kung mayroon kayo na presentan, nasabi ba ng clients nyo sa inyo na pag-isipan ko na muna? Pinagsama-sama ko yung mga common answers na nakuha ko all throughout the trainings na ginagawa natin for more than a decade. And ito yung mga piling sagot na karaniwan naririnig natin. So number 1, anong pag-iisipan mo? Yan. No clients would like to be confronted when they say yung mga excuse or should we say smoke screen nila. Typically, pag-iisipan is one of those ways nila na i-decline tayo in a positive way. They just don't like to tell you no straight. Pero when you go there and say, teka, anong pag-iisipan mo? Na medyo para sa kanila, off yan. Mahihiya, lalo lang tataas yung wall of resistance nila and yung conviction na, teka lang, lalo talaga ako hindi bibili kasi ang kulit-kulit niya. Right? Now, next. Ito naman yung mga submissive. Like, okay, sige, pag-isipan mo. Kasi, alam mo, big item yan. Big ticket item. There should be a mutual decision, di ba? With your spouse. And all. And, isa pa, hindi ba malinaw? Or may hindi ba malinaw sa napag-usapan natin? Isa rin to, I mean, the intentions were good. Lahat naman tayo. I'm not saying mali, yung mga examples natin. But again, the goal is to connect strategically with our clients. Right? Now, when we give in, yun yung magiging problema. Kasi, di ba, tanggapin na natin. Whether you do product selling, services, or more on awareness, you disseminate information. Ang hirap ng magpaset ng meeting. Do you guys agree? Yung tipong magme-message or tatawag ka sa mga prospects mo, yung mag-yes nga sila for a meeting, mahirap na. Lalo na ito, nag-yes na nga sila sa atin, nakapag-present na tayo, but at the end of the day, they just still want to think about it. Again, there's nothing wrong to think about it twice, more than twice. That's fine. But what we want to do is to be able to leave some emotions kay client natin para naman maalala nila tayo. Right? And when I look back into one of the studies in worklearning.com, right? You can check it out sa Google. Sabi nila, how much do people forget? Right? In their study, sabi, within 24 hours, people forget about 75% of what you said. Now, kung isang buwan ang lumipas, 90% gone or worse, nag-change na yung priority nila. So having that said, none of us make a follow-up the following day. Oh, I mean, siguro meron konti, no, paunti-unti, but a bigger percentage of sales professionals does not call their clients back the day after the presentation. Usually, we wait 3 business days and we look at, teka lang, Tuesday ba ngayon? Is it better to call? Or Thursday? Parang medyo libre-libreng oras. Right? So that's the time we follow up with our clients because we do not want them to feel na parang intrusive naman yung pag-follow up natin. Right? But what are we supposed to do now? Problema yan. Kung people forget about majority of what you said, paano na? Kasi hindi naman talaga natin maiiwasan na ang clients talaga natin gusto muna nilang pag-isipan. Meron nga dyan mga clients ko mismo, 6 months in the making, merong 1 and meron akong 2 years in the making, yung biglang magme-message na lang na, uy, ready na akong bumili and ready na akong mag-agree dun sa service na minention mo sa akin 2 years ago. Right? It happens talaga. So this will not help you close the sale, but then leave a positive emotion kay client. Pero siguro, I'd like to introduce you guys to one of the people who influenced my life. Right? A beautiful soul, and you're right, she is Maya Angelou. O hindi yan kapatid ni, hindi yan, tiyahin ni Angelou de Leon, no? So, baka hindi nyo na rin kilala naman. So, okay lang. So, sabi kasi ni Maya Angelou, ito, pinangahawakan ko talaga to. In relationships, or it can be in professional relationship, applicable siya. Sabi niya, I've learned that people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you made them feel. Right? And that's what we want to do. Make them feel good about talking to you. Make them feel comfortable and you connecting strategically to your clients. And that's why for this episode, kung paano na nga ba natin i-handle yung gusto ko munang pag-isipan, we have to have a transition statement. Okay? And the transition statements goes like this. An example of maple leaf, 'di ba? Merong 4 seasons, winter, spring, summer, or fall. Pag nakikita niyo yung maple leaf, nagbabago-bago ng kulay according to the season, right? And ganun din naman kapag ima-match natin yung communication style natin sa mga or based dun sa communication level ng clients or prospects natin. So here's a sample transition. Number 1, Mr. Customer. So I think clear naman na tayo, no? With the plus and -5. -5, you can address them by their first name. Or kung kasing age mo lang. Kung +5 yung age sa'yo, then you can address them by their last name. Kaya, ang example, Mr. Customer, or kung ako yung kausap ko, Mr. Castrillo, when somebody says, I'll think about it, they are usually not interested at all, emphasize on at all, or they are interested but not sure. Which one is it? Dito, you are leading the conversation. Imagine I want you to picture this out. Nakamiting niyo na si client and you are about to ask if they're ready to buy. Okay? In this statement, kapag sinabing not interested at all, about 90% of your client will not say, I'm not interested at all. Kasi kung hindi na yan pumayag makipag-meeting sa inyo in the first place. Kaya nga itong transition statement it's more on leading the conversation. Bakit? Kasi majority will choose the latter. which is, oo, interesado naman ako pero hindi pa lang talaga ako sure. Now, my question is, who do you think is in control? Si client or ikaw? I will answer for you. Ikaw pa din. Bakit? Kasi may kasunod pa yung transition statement. 'Di ba nga, we are assuming na ang isasagot nila sa atin, dahil pumayag naman ng makipag-meeting, ay interesado naman ako pero hindi pa talaga ako sure dun sa napag-usapan natin. Alright? Then, you follow it up with this statement. Transition number 2. Alam mo ba, kapag sinabi ng mga client na interesado naman siya or sila, pero hindi pa sure, meron lang yang tatlong dahilan. Do you wanna know why? Or do you wanna know what are those things? Right? Typically, kasi kausap nyo na nga, the evident answer is yes. Sige, ano yun? Right? Now you are leading the client. Na it feels like, okay, he's agreeing na pag-iisipan muna, pero gusto ko lang sabihin sa'yo na tatlo lang yung nagiging dahilan ng lahat ng clients when they want to buy something. Kahit property yan or mobile phone, etong tatlo lang. And magagamit nyo talagang magagamit nyo talaga to in terms of, leading your clients to understand kung bakit nga ba nila dinedelay pa yung plan, right? Or yung pagbili. And that's why the framework for this episode is COP. Like, ipahuhuli natin sila, pagka sinabi nilang I'll think about it. No, really, it's an acronym. Excuse me. C stands for company. Okay, I was part of a frontline support ng Sun Life, and kung may matitrigger sa inyo, pagpasensya nyo na dahil ito yung ginamit ko na company. So, company talks about the stability, no? Ito palagi yung i-highlight nyo. Assuming na nabanggit nyo na to at the first part, itong latter part na trying to close the sale, di ba? You mention, usually tatlo lang yung dahilan ng mga clients na interested naman sila pero hindi pa sure. Number 1 is the company. An example is, you do not see our company as fit. In other words, you do not believe that we can be your lifetime partner in your retirement, in your college fund, in your dream vacation, 'di ba? Or if it's a product, slimming product or beauty products, then you can say you do not believe na pwede kaming makatulong to whiten up your skin, to put a big smile on your face, spouse, 'di ba? So you can tweak these things, right? So number 1, stability. Focus on the stability. The client would typically, nang ginamit namin to, typically the client would say, no, it's okay. Hindi naman yung company, kaya naman ako nag-agree na makipag-meeting kasi you represent a good company. So check. Again, you're leading just the client. Punta tayo sa letter O. O for options. Can say, if it's not the company, maybe it's about kung anong napag-usapan nyo. Yung retirement or protection or health fund, diba? Or for products nga, it's about the bike, the beauty products. You have concern about what's in it and what's not, right? Then, do you need more details about it, or do you want to talk about your other priorities, especially if you are into selling services like for insurance and how it can help out your clients, diba? Dito, 50-50. Some says, yeah, ito yung isa sa mga concern ko, kaya I wanna know more about it. Okay? Good. However, dun sa mga celebrities ko, na tulungan ko sa lights, camera, action, about 90%, maybe 95 pa nga, sa letter P, nagkakaroon ng concern yung mga clients nila. And P stands for pricing. And parang lahat naman, no, ito yung concern. Ayun nga, majority. Kaya gusto mo na nilang pag-isipan. And this is how I play with words in terms of pricing. Now, if you were saying that our company appears to fit your needs and has the resources, and the last thing I have in mind is about the payment option. Is that it? Try to zoom in, no? Try to highlight payment option. Is it talking about the budget? No, it's not. It's talking about the terms of payment. Big sabihin, ang suggestion ko kasi, kung yung products or services nyo, may one-time payment annually, then you start quoting the annual price of your products or services. For example, you've mentioned 24,000 annually. Lalagyan mo ng for only. Alam mo, ano lang yan nga 500,000 annually and you will have 500 million benefits. So, just an example, no? Maybe it's an exaggeration, but an example. All you have to do is to make it sound small. But do not start with the least option na meron sila to start with the plan or the product. Bakit? Kasi when you start with we can do monthly, then hindi na wala na kayong negotiation, no? Mahihirapan na kayo. You don't have ammunition for a extended negotiation. Kasi yun na yung dulo eh. No, but if you started with annual, it's only for 24,000 pesos, one-time payment annually, then may concern sila sa payment option, then you can talk about maybe semi-annual, quarterly, or monthly. Pwedeng may mga gives pa nga, 'di ba, na available sa market natin. So, what I'm saying is, do not just start with the lowest possible option for them to start or to get your product. Kasi it's gonna help you with the negotiation. And again, meron tayong video for that on how to negotiate with the client. I plan to upload a separate video and sana no mag-comment kayo doon para we get to have more examples, right? So about 95% would say yan ang concern ko. Then you can start, what if, no? I can do something about it. And ito yung trial close na paborito kong gamitin. If I could, would you? So, let's make an example. Let's assume it's a 24,000 annual plan for, say, 1 million life insurance protection. Okay? If the client says, yeah, may concern nga ako sa payment option, it's too much for me, 24,000 pesos. Then I'll say, all right, if I could do something about the 24,000 pesos and you get to keep the same benefits, you get to keep the same things that we've discussed, hindi mo kailangan bayaran ng buo, would you start today? All right? Yeah? Money time. Doon pa lang, they would say, okay, alright. So, hindi ako kailangan magbayad ng 24 pero buong-buo kong makukuha yung mga benefits na napag-usapan natin. Or if it's a tangible product na binibenta nyo, you get to use the product now. All you have to do is to pay less. Who would say no? Right? You don't tell them about semi-annual or quarterly. You want, at this point, you just want to get a yes from them, a small win, so you can use that to your advantage, right? So if I could, would you? If I could do something about it, would you? Right? So basically, that's how you use it. You need to have a transition statement, use COP, and follow the examples dun sa videos natin. You can just rewind it naman. And then the negotiation part is use a trial clause if I could, would you. However, kahit na sinabi natin yung COP, like transition, COP, may mga clients pa din na nagsasabi pa rin ng no. Despite of those efforts natin, diba? All you have to do is do not panic and put on your mask. No, so don't panic. But I think the main reason why they kept on saying no is because they do not trust you yet. And that's a signal for you to try and build relationship with the client. Continuous relationship until mapagkatiwalaan ka na nila. Or maybe they wanted to see like your reputation rises muna na you can handle some accounts like this bago sila mag-yes sa'yo. Right? But it's about fear. But typically, it's the first three things. Kaya you really don't have to worry about it. Right? So, let's look into the synopsis. It's about transition. Di ko nalagay. Transition is the key. You need to have a transition statement. COP, C stands for company. It talks about stability. O, the options that is available for your clients. And P, payment arrangement. And please do not forget to use, for your negotiation part, the conditional clause. If I could, would you? So I hope you learned a thing or two sa ating episode today. And my suggestion is, if you like this video, please do not forget to leave a thumbs up. It helps the algorithm ng ating YouTube channel. And at the same time, kung hindi pa kayo naka-subscribe, please subscribe sa ating channel because that inspires me to do more sales tips para sa inyo. Oh, and by the way, for batch 9 na active celebrities ko currently, please do not forget to comment the script that you created out of T, transition, and then COP. Leave that sa comment section natin so we can talk about it on Saturday during our live lights camera action. And if you're not part of batch 9, that's okay. All you have to do is to type in your script based doon nga sa framework, and I will reply with you with the enhanced script kung kailangan pa. Right? So, lahat naman yon libre lang. So, go on ahead and engage with us sa comment section. If there's nothing else, maraming salamat for staying. Maraming salamat for watching the video, and I hope you learned a thing or two. Until then, see you next week.